Anyways, we're gonna hang out. Um, so yesterday I started working on solo guided Dark Hunter caster playthrough, and it was real slow. 1 to 5. Oh my god, it was slow. Just brutal. Then I got to level 6. Now my character wrecks house. So it's going pretty well overall. I would say I'm having a good time, and it's only going to get better because as I get higher level, I'm going to be picking up crit, healing, more damage, more crit, more healing, more crit. I don't need Deepwood Stalker. I want Angel of Vengeance for more crit. Also, you can get temporary more spell power when you hit people with spells, on top of getting temporary spell points when you crit. So it's going to be very powerful. Just casually confirmed the new class is going to be called Mariner. Oh, shit, I forgot to watch the thing. Was that at 12 o'clock? I think I missed that. Shit. Yeah, so there was a big Q&A session with the executive producer of the Lord of the Rings Online. Usually I like to watch them, especially on stream, because there's like usually good details. I just totally spaced on that. I think I'm going to blame the smoke. The smoke got in the way and screwed my brain around, so I didn't get there. I was even playing the Lord of the Rings this morning, farming out, because I needed to get... I'm still farming out enhancement runes, because I still need 13 days of triple forges and lofts to finish my characters. So what are we going to do? Push the clutch to let off the gas, then reach into the engine and push it around. Oh, you just like kind of stick your arm in. So like, cause I've got that extendo arm, like Mr. Fantastic, so I can just like stretch around. That works. Goes back to auto. It's just like, what do I do with my second hand? Well, Kentos, I can give you ideas as to what to do with your second hand. They just might get you arrested if somebody sees you. And river hobbits are coming. Ooh, that's fun. I don't care about river hobbits, but yeah. What's the role of Dark Hunter on this character? Okay, so Dark Hunter, Caster, Ranger. So the point of this character is working the console. So I was talking about working the console, you guys. It's just you can get in trouble for distracted driving if you spend too much time working the console. Anyway, so what is the point of this character? So Dark Hunters aren't casters, which is hilarious. So that's why this character is the Dark Hunter, Caster, Ranger. I wanted to make a character that was capable of dealing with every single trap in the game, so you can learn how to disable traps and how to deal with dungeons that are filled with traps, while at the same time playing a character that's also not that great. So that way people who have characters that are bad can also see what they can do to make some changes. Now that being said, this character was a little slow in the early game. It's definitely picking up a lot right here with Feydark Illusionist. But you'll notice my character doesn't do anything related to Feydark Illusionist. My character is not like an unbelievable powerhouse when it comes to having lots of crit. I don't have lots of spell points. All I have is maximize and quicken, and we're all set. What this means is that if you're ever struggling on any type of character class and you're during the leveling process and you don't know what to do, you can just swap into this and your character's probably going to be fine.
Brian here. Just wondering how much shaft play is acceptable on a turbocharger.
That's a great question. I do not know how much shaft play is acceptable on a turbocharger. I would assuming that no more than 10. And we're going to continue this Dark Hunter solo guided playthrough, and we're going to keep going. Is Acid Rain, Acid Smoke, or Horde Wilting ever useful? I thought you were talking about, like, my country for a second. But Acid Rain is very, very good as an acid spell, because it's pretty much one of the best things you're going to get until you get to Acid Well. So during the leveling process, you use Acid Rain all the time. I don't use it at cap, but during the leveling process, it's a great spell to have. Acid Smoke, I'm assuming you're talking about Acid Fog, used to be amazing for grabbing initial aggro on monsters. It was one of its most notable points was in the raid Hound of Zoriat, where you have the raid Zizi, or the dog Zizi in the center, with several monsters appearing around the rim of the room. All the monsters all over the rim of the room will automatically when they spawn, they'll run directly into the center, which is a problem because you need to keep the monsters out of the center. So what you would do is you would acid fog all of the portals around the rim of the room, causing every monster that spawns in to take acid damage and then be aggroed onto the wizard who cast it, preventing them from going into the center of the room, allowing the raid to be completable. Since that time, we now have so much damage that you can one-shot every monster that comes to the door without even asking any questions, but there was a time where you could not do that. Since that time, Acid Fog is now useless, And Horde Wilting is still also very useless. The only time where Horde Wilting is good is against creatures of water, plants, and water elementals specifically. However, unfortunately, even though you can do that against those creatures, Horde Wilting has a transmutation save, which is already bad enough, so it's largely not going to be useful. And on top of that, Horde Wilting doesn't do that much damage. It also scales off of Force spell power. So in theory, if you have Horde Wilting on like a Blightcaster with max Force spell power, you could conceivably use that against a plant or a water elemental, but that's like about it. I would never consider using it in any other moment. So yeah, distracted by the fiery, smoky things. Yeah, using the TOD fight for the shadows. Yeah, you can. You can use it for initial aggro on shadows. I don't think it would matter that much though. It's such a small amount of damage. I don't know if it's going to change anything. So yeah. Anyway, let's keep going. Yeah, if you want your Death Knight fantasies, I recommend buying this weapon effect, because this is unholy right here. It's very cool. I didn't summon my hireling. Do I need it? Let's just assume I don't. Call it a day. Man, I forgot how much better caster Dark Hunter gets.
From beyond the door come low, chanting voices.
Yo, good morning, Wrath. How you doing? How are you feeling today? How was your day? So in this adventure, all I need to be worried about is the elementals. However, elementals are subject to greater color spray. So when I say I need to be worried, I don't have to be worried. Now, technically, there is one thing that can get me. The Ogre Shaman can cast Blindness. And even though my Fortitude save is high enough that I can only fail on a 1, I can still fail on a 1. So we'll see how that goes. See this Shaman? Get him. And then I didn't kill him because I accidentally targeted the other one. So give him the old melee for a little bit. Because I get automatic critical hits. No, not automatic critical hits. Automatic sneak attacks because the target is crowd controlled, which is nice. Everything else here is not really dangerous. It's only really the elementals and then getting blinded by the shaman. To prevent yourself from getting blinded, I would recommend buying potions of blindness removal. I just didn't do that because I forgot about it. So there's your answer. And Cloud Kill does anything? Cloud Kill drains Constitution. The problem is Cloud Kill technically is a very powerful spell. Oh, hold person. Thanks, video game. But even though Cloud Kill is a powerful spell, it runs into the problem of being a very niche spell because it doesn't work on epic creatures, because epic creatures can only lose 10 to their stats. And most of the time, you're going to do more damage to the creatures in the first place. Now, I will say, there's a benefit from clouds that a lot of people aren't aware of, is that clouds will proc all your mantle effects.
Maybe Wrath knows. Wrath, how much shaft play is acceptable on a turbocharger?
Yeah, he might know. That, and also, like I said, if you have, like, legendary green steel effects, they also work on clouds. So if you have, what some people can do is you take multiple mantles, take the Draconic Incarnation Mantle, turn it on, and then put on, like, you know, dust and ash or something in your hands, cast your Cloud Kill, and then swap to, like, the Prime Lavatar Mantle for some more direct damage, and then, and whatever weapons you want, and then your character will instead have the Cloud Kill or the Acid Fog or whatever doing the Mantle effect and the debuffing, whereas the other stuff does other things. Or your character can do other stuff. Yeah, and Stinking Cloud causes Nauseated, which is a very powerful effect. Creatures that are nauseated basically can't do anything. Also, Let's Do This was slain by a Ballista at level 20. Reminder to avoid Epic Storm the beaches. There's your daily reminder that you don't do Epic Storm the beaches. Is this person died to a Ballista? You can do it, and people will tell you, they'll be like, yeah, but if you know how to do it, it's actually not that hard. Which is true. But if you don't know how to do it, you're going to instantly die. Because the ballistas will just nail you, and then you're dead. It's so fast. You have to go to very specific places to avoid getting shot by ballistas, and going underwater is not good enough. You will die underwater. So yeah, I just want to make sure people don't die to ballistas. Out shaft play? Oh god, I don't know what we're talking about here. Is this PG-13? There's a bunch of hounds. Again, I'm waiting on the hounds to kind of group up instead of attacking them all at once. And then once the hounds have grouped up, and I missed anyway, then I go for the attack. Now there's 2 shaman here. So I'm going to kind of range this one, because I really don't want to get blinded, because that would be annoying. Now this one, I'm going to get a little closer and use my crowd control on it. I saved versus the blind. 14 plus 16 is very good, and now I'm all set. Make Murrig, I don't think has blindness. I mean, the guy might. I'm not sure. Actually, don't know what he has. Oh, he doesn't have a lot of hit points left, so I don't have to worry about it. This is larger than heroic. The heroic ones don't function. So in heroic, they don't work. You don't take any damage because the monsters can't use them in heroics. And in epics, they can use them, and the ballistas have infinity range. As long as you're in front of them, the ballistas can hit you. Oh, my spells are going away. Gosh. On the upside, the quest is over. Nice. Nice and simple. This ignoring spell resistance is nutty. Yep. Greater Color Spray is a very powerful ability. It's one of the reasons why, earlier yesterday, somebody was like, oh, cool, it has spell penetration too on your goggles. Fade Arc Illusion's abilities are not subject to spell penetration. In fact, nothing that this character will do will be subject to spell penetration. So I don't have to worry about that at all, which is very convenient, because I don't want to worry about it. Now, to do the second part of Fire Caves, what you're going to do is you're going to talk to Idis here, and you want to go back up the mountain to go back to the Fire Caves to re-enter and do part 2. The problem with re-entering and doing part 2 is that, well, you have to walk all the way up the mountain. But you actually don't. Once you've done a quest in Three Barrel Cove, you can teleport there with Corey Seagrass right here. So I can just talk to the Corey Seagrass, and he's going to teleport me up there. Because I already did a part 1, he can take me right up to the Fire Caves again. Also, if you want to do this quest very fast in a group, you can have everybody stand here and wait outside the entrance, and then only one person goes back on updates, and then once they have the quest, then everyone can re-enter on part 2, the Brood of Flame. It's a way to save a little bit of time. Do you need to save time? Not really. And this is a solo guided playthrough, so it really has nothing to do with saving time in group play, but I just figured I'd mention it in case somebody was curious about the strategies that the pros use to level up in 10 hours in a single day. There's a lot of little optimizations you can do all over the place. One of the biggest ones is the monk recall. Monks have the ability to skip the recall animation, or like the little induction bar that goes across the top of the screen. And the benefit of that is it saves you quite a lot of time as you're actually recalling. And that might not seem that important. Like, why would you need to actually worry about, the animation timer? Each recall is about 15 seconds. And so for every single one you skip, you're going to be saving about 13 seconds doing it properly. And so that might not sound like a big deal, but saving 13 seconds every dungeon when you do over 100 dungeons, well, that's not 13 seconds, that's 1,300 seconds. All of a sudden, you're saving like 20 minutes on recalls, which is crazy to think about. And so that 20 minutes starts to add up. Then you get into splitting quests, using dimension doors, having people red box certain things. You can go very quickly through the game and save a bunch of time in a lot of places. Does it beat D-Door? Yes, it does. Because D-Door is a loading screen. The fastest way to leave a quest is Monk Fast Recall. Or a specific teleport. So, for example, if you are handing in invitation to dinner, the fastest way to hand in invitation to dinner is to use the Ravenloft teleport item that takes you directly into the tavern, because it skips 2 loading screens.
Another elemental lurks ahead, watching you with eyes.
You gotta skip those loading screens, son. Oh, this sucks. My abilities did not hit.
Again, you have triumphed over the elemental
He'll die eventually.
Murug summoned. Only one remains in the depths of the seas.
Level 20 didn't die to someone hitting the pipe and House of Pain this time because you soloed it. Nice. That's the pro gamer move. You got to learn what kills people, or what kills yourself, and then you go, hey, I'm gonna be very careful here, Because sometimes you want to work with other people because leveling with others is a great way to increase your own character level to level faster, as that we just talked about how good it can be. But also, there are situations where sometimes people can grief you real bad, intentionally or unintentionally. I got an augment of protection 1. Alright. Gives me your lag spikes. Yeah. I mean, I've only died to lag once, I think, in total. I think I've only died to lag once. You could argue my last death had lag involved, but the bigger reason why I died is I didn't have shield. It's now level 13. Nice. That's good. Speech about repossession? Yeah. I don't have a lot of energy today, unfortunately, because of the smoke in my area and me breathing it in. Because the worst part is it affected me in my sleep. So I just wake up and you're like... I've been coughing a lot today. I'm a very special boy, okay? I have asthma and my lungs, they can't handle all the ooey smoke. Ugh. Okay. Are there any champs? If there's no champs, I'm just going to run all the way down and pull it into a big pile. This is called spell point conservation, something I touch upon very heavily in my solo bard guided playthrough. Spell point conservation is really important in this game, and so you want to be able to spend as little spell points as possible to accomplish your goals, and oftentimes that ends up being pulling all of the monsters into a big pile and then killing them all at once with your AoE effects. This is when I've said in the past that Zerging is actually a good strategy. This is what I'm talking about. I save spell points by using fewer spells to destroy the same amount of monsters. And so if you're not doing that, you got to always think about how you can optimize it to move things around a little bit more. Now we're going to do a couple quests here that are pretty high trap filled, so I can show you where and how to disable the traps. I think there's a couple level 5s that people probably would still be interested in. Because I'm not really worrying about XP during this level up process. I'm mostly just going to be hitting specific quests to deal with traps. So I wanted to hit Dailies to show you where the traps are in that one and how to get through that. Because I think that one can be pretty good. There's basically no traps in Feywild, so we're all set here. I don't really want to do the House Kandaric quest. I mean, you can. Actually, there is one quest in House Kandaric I do want to do because of traps. So that's actually not a bad idea. So I'll show you how to do the traps in one of those quests. I'm also going to loot these guys, see if they got anything good. They might have some rogue gear. And this guy doesn't. But this guy could. And this guy... has 5 sheltering. Meh. I don't care. Thank you. Necro 2. That's a little high level for me. Level 7. Ending of that playthrough. Watch it through, but didn't see the ending. Did it die? No, the footage got corrupted, unfortunately. And so I couldn't finish uploading the rest of it. It's a sad, sad day. Gonna show yourself getting all the horde pieces. Yeah, I can get all the horde pieces on this character. I don't think I missed one. It's Immortality Lessons is the second one, right? If it makes you feel any better, the ending of the solo guided bard playthrough is the same as the fighter, just faster, because I do more damage. Once you get into epics, every character largely plays the same and does the same quests. Because outside of spell wards, traps become meaningless because trap damage doesn't really scale that much past level 20. So a trap will hit you for like 200 damage at level 20. That same trap's hitting you for 200 damage at level 32. So you can kind of just walk through traps and not really worry about it because your health balloons up so much. So quickly. Okay, before you go do Dailies Tomb, you really want to have House P buffs for 2 reasons. 1, having access to the jump spell is really, really good. And also having access to all resistances is great since there's tons of undead. Undead that have really, really... really high amounts of magical spells. Melf's Acid Arrow, Lightning Bolt, Scorching Ray. I can't even begin to describe the number of spells. Oh, hey, what's up? Is that for me?
It's for you.
Is it coffee?
It's coffee.
Oh, did you get this lightly smoked?
Yeah, I did.
It's like the coffee smoked?
Yeah, I just held it outside the window while I was driving.
Okay, perfect. Thanks. Yeah, it's a good use of the smoker. Yeah, the benefit... I have new coffee. The benefit of living in Canada right now is that if you ever wanted to, like, you know, if you're somebody who's out here, you're big into smoke and brisket and other things, you can actually make pretty much all your food smoked now. Just put it outside for a couple minutes, and you'll get that smoky flavor. That wood smoked flavor. Also, hello, Chris. How are you doing? Is there any chance you could let me pike some R4s today? If so, what time?
Hey Strim, since cosmetics are on sale and I want to buy some but don't know what they look like since the preview doesn't work, can you buy every cosmetics so I can see them and decide what I want? Okay,
A lot
thanks.
of them are on the DDO wiki on the cosmetics page.
This Stellara module.
Containment on the fire. Bad.
Room opens up into a large
It's still burning everything.
The underground
Okay, so
bigger than the surface
when you do this quest, what you're supposed to do is pull this lever, which spawns skeletons, which brings this bridge down, which then you have to get this door open, and to get this door open, you have to swim through the water here, and then you have to go under the water and swim into this section down here, and pull this lever and do a whole rigmarole. Or if you have access to the jump spell, you just do this.
symbols of the sovereign host
That's it.
adorn the walls of
So that's why I said you should get access to the jump spell. If you don't have access to the jump spell, you should get it. Now you might be wondering, how are you going to use Greater Color Spray against these monsters? Well, the answer is, Greater Color Spray actually still blinds undead. And when they're blind, they don't do anything. They're not dangerous at all. So you can kind of just like ignore them. It's very convenient. Look how blind these guys are. Because when monsters are blind, they're going to go to where they last hurt you. And so they're just going to attack and swing in random places. Then they're going to know where you are next. And then they're going to come to you and then do the same thing over and over and over. The one downside for me in this area is that because there are quite a few monsters, especially some monsters that can paralyze you, like this ghast, for example, I have to be very mindful about it getting close to me. And the monsters have a little bit more health than I would like, but it is what it is. Oh yeah, so when it comes to Reaper mode, my recommendation to you is that you should figure out when you want to do it and ask me to help you. I'm not scheduling like Reaper running events for people because I'm doing my own thing. Like, you know, I have the things that I do on my stream. So instead, I just go, hey, if you need help running Reaper mode, just get the group and then say, hey, stream, come along, and I will come and tag along and do things with you. That's how I've been doing it with most people. Hey, what's up, skeleton? So you're gonna notice that there's a lot of monsters here. As I said, I'm being very patient and trying to like slowly whittle them down. I'm gonna have to be using the shrines in this quest just because the monsters in Delaris have quite a few hit points because undead tend to have quite a few hit points. Later on, these monsters don't get any extra hit points. They don't get stronger the further you go. So the time I finish Delaris at level 10, my spells will have gained a fair amount of damage. There's a trap here. To disable the trap is fairly easy. Trap box right where I'm standing. So I'm just going to search right here and then disable the trap and I can walk across. You do it in an hour or so? Yeah, I'm kind of doing the solo guided thing. There probably are people that are working on it today, though. There's like lots of people at level 32. There's one person whose name is Participiker, so I don't know how much they like help they're going to be, but you know, lots of people at level 32. Ask to pike, they say no. I mean, you can also just take the time, and this is also a secret strategy. It's called the invisible pike. What you do is you level up your character, so you're at the appropriate level, and then use AFK. So if you join parties and the people don't know, they just assume that you're like somebody who's actually going to help them, and they have no clue. It's actually, yeah, it is exactly. Now I need this shrine. However, the shrine has monsters in it, which is one of the reasons why I didn't want to run out of spell points for doing this. Also, this guy's a fiery champion, which sucks. Also, I have no idea why every monster is making their saves against my stuff. My DCs are like 27, which is really high. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill this stuff. Yeah, I can also I can like I said, I can solo the quests, so I can carry people through it, which is usually when people ask me. So like, if you want to do some Reapers in like 4 hours, then sure, I'm down. I'll do some Reapers in 4 hours. There's another trap here. These side rooms have treasure chests and are trapped. I just don't have the energy to go do them. Again, because my spell point restrictions are kind of big here, that's why I'm going to be doing a lot of this. I'm going to be waiting around a lot. And pulling the monsters into big packs so I can spend less spell points on them. If I don't do this, I'm going to run out of spell points, because there's so many monsters. Can you see them? Can you see the monsters? And you do piking guided playthrough 1 to 32? No, you guys have too much experience with that one already. I don't want to just emulate your daily play experience. There's another trap here. You can disable it. As you walk forward towards the door is going to lock and monsters are going to spawn behind you here. And unfortunately for me, I don't think I can reach... Oh, I can. I can reach the Arcane Skeleton and the Archer. Also, spellcasters can't cast spells while blind. So, just when there's spellcasters you don't want to deal with, just stand behind them. Okay, so this section. This section can be quite dangerous. Lots of monsters are going to spawn. However, the way the monsters spawn is based on bone piles. So if you step on a bone on the ground, it'll spawn the monsters in the room and the doors will lock. But if you can be very gentle and don't do that, like so, and just jump over, the doors don't lock, and you may continue going into the next room. The room that I'm currently in my house, is kind of hazy because of the smoke, so it's hard to see exactly where the bone piles are. But like squint to see them. It's going to be easier for you to see than it is for me on my monitor. Like so. There's a bone pile here. Go this way. There's a bone pile here. Bone pile here. Hit this wraith. Beat him up. Blind him because I can. Ha ha ha. Undead. Sucker. Anyway. And then we zoom in again. Start carefully making our way towards the door. There's a bone pile here, so I want to dodge that. There's also a bone pile here, so I want to dodge that. Holy mackerel. This is pretty much clear walking through. Jump over this pile of skulls. And this last room you actually can't avoid with bone piles. You have to kill everything in this room. Oh, yeah, there we go, the lag. Also, one downside with this character, if you cast one of your spells while you're lagging, it will cause the spell to deal 1 damage. It's a very weird quirk of this game. I had to do it in epics? Yeah. I just figured some people can use these things. Anyways. And a lot of people did not know this quest is related to the bone piles, which is like ancient knowledge from when it mattered. There's a real vendor. It's cheaper to buy through the store instead of buying astral shards. Free astral shards through the vendor. Oh, because the prices don't have to be the same because you can get them in different methods. You can trade with other players for astral shards, but you can't trade with other players for DDO points.
Notice a note on the floor near a mangled body. A chill
So the
passes
prices
through
don't have to be the same.
skeleton's
They can charge different
brow
prices for different
behind
things.
the
Also,
body.
this guy being a champ really sucks for me.
They don't look entirely solid.
Especially since, while he's blind, it's basically non-targetable, which is really, really annoying. I don't think this is going to be death, but I don't think this is not going to be death, so we'll see. It also seems to be able to find me regardless of where I am, even though it's blind, which is also cool. Stop finding me, and be blind, please. Alright, so now this is where I get into a little bit of trouble, because I don't really have a good way to escape this section. Because these skeletons, I have to basically hope that I can kill all of them in my small amount of spell points. So I have to kind of just Fan of Shadow Blades, and I have to hope I can get them in 5 or 6 or whatever, how much I have. 56 divided by 12 is what? I don't know. 4? I have 4 of these. Come on, skeletons. Stay together. I should be okay. Oh, good, my spells are gone. Okay, we're good. Whew. Hard Epic Delaris is fine. And the last one I want to show you guys is the Layer of Summoning. Because the Layer of Summoning has a lot of really dangerous traps in it. I don't want to show you how to deal with them. So far, just a little All the spells and ballistas. I'm gonna say all of them are shit. That's why I told you not to use them. Would I lie to you? Would I not tell you the truth? I said I also apologize. My energy levels are a little all over the place. It's the He said it's the smoke that's affecting my brain chemistry right now. And so I have no idea exactly how long I'm going to stream for today. I was planning on streaming for like the entire day until like midnight, but we'll see how that goes. It's actually quite shit. Wait, the capstone SLA? I totally disagree. I think it's fantastic. I mean, you're probably using it while leveling when all your spells instantly kill things in one hit. Damage over time effects are not good unless if monsters die in one hit. So yeah, it's terrible during the leveling process, but it's great for bosses. Once you get to a boss, you're all set. 300? Yeah, but it's free. And you can have all of them running at the same time. Alright, layer of summoning. I'm going to show you how to deal with the traps in here. I'm not doing the end fight because it's going to kill me, but I'll show you how to deal with the traps. Yeah, the SLA is also area of effect. It's an AoE dot. And get him out of here. Ugh. Okay, first trap right here. This is a mega trap. To get access to this without dying, first you're going to come over here and fight these monsters. Kill them all. There's just 2 whites, and then there's a 3rd white behind the door. Unfortunately for me, as I said, the damage on my spells is not amazing, so I have to have a lot of patience, because I can't, like, repeatedly cast spells against these guys, but, you know, it is what it is. Also, I have to be a little mindful about whites, because they have an energy drain effect. It's actually one of the few effects in the game that has a saving throw on it. You can actually save against the white energy drain, which is why there are effects that say saving throws versus energy drain. Every other energy drain in the game that reduces your levels is not savable, but that one is. Anyway, if you come over to this side, there are trap boxes actually in the back room. The way the trap works is if you don't disable this, then this wall is going to come down, all of these traps are going to activate, and the room fills with monsters, causing near instant death. Like so. So, it's very dangerous if you are not prepared. So I want you guys to be prepared, which is why I'm showing you how to do this. And then you can unlock the chest and reap your reward. This is a low chance. They have to critically hit you. Alright. And then there's trolls in here, and there's sometimes a treasure chest, which is what I was going for. I didn't get one, but it is what it is. Then roll critical threat. Roll critical threat. The Dork Hunter Rager? Yeah, that's right. That's what we are doing. Again, we're gonna just have to agree to disagree. I'm gonna let you believe that the ability is bad and not use it. You don't have to think it's good. You can disagree with me. That's okay. So if you look over here, you're going to notice that there's actually an alternate path that is shorter. The problem with the alternate path that's shorter is it's trap riddled. And you might say, yeah, but Strimtom, you're playing a trap character. Don't you want to go that way? No, this is a death trap. This is monsters. This is much, much worse. There's like all sorts of traps everywhere. So we're going to avoid that. Even on a trap character, sometimes you have to take the path less trapped. It's much safer for yourself. Anyway, there's 2 traps here. These traps are just for these spike dart traps on the side. And then you have the trap. This is the killer. This is what kills almost everybody. So, grab the control panel here. And now, I'm perfectly safe, right, guys? Oh, what? The trap is still going off and still damaged me. That's right. The trap does still damage you, but you can disable half of it. Basically, it's supposed to be double sonic. So a sonic blast out of left and right, left and right. This one controls half of them, and this one controls the other half. By disabling half of them, it still allows you to get through the trap safely. However, it's not 100% safe. To make sure it's 100% safe, equip a shield of some kind to reduce the damage you take from magic, and also have resistances. you'll be all set. I'm not going to do the final boss in this dungeon, because the final boss is an elemental that constantly takes away all your magical effects and then blasts you with damage. I don't want to do that, and I don't need the XP, so I'm not finishing the quest. I don't even care. It's going somewhere from bad to good. I mean, most things are somewhere from bad to good. Like on planet Earth. In fact, I would argue every single thing describable in existence is somewhere from bad to good. So yes, it will be in that ballpark. Oh, I don't need to do anything here. I'm going to level up. But yeah, good old caster ranger. Yeah, I'm going to level up. Get some level ups. Get some more wisdom. Increase my trapping skills. It'll be very satisfying. Gonna have to do some House Deneath quests to get my House Deneath favor for the extra search, which I will need to be able to find traps. And I also have the ability to buy +2 Thieves tools, which is very exciting because I will need them from the free agents. Checking my free agents favor, I'm at 150 or 120 out of 750. If I can get to 150, I can buy +4 Thieves tools, which is actually really impactful. So you can go over here and talk to this guy, Capshaw the Crier. And by doing so, you can talk to Sorville Smythe over here, who will let you buy +2 Thieves tools. I'm going to be working on getting +4s, which is the next tier up. And this is the best way to get Thieves tools during the leveling process, because you can guarantee you get them. You don't have to worry about anyone else. All right. Hello, Ranger. I would like to be a higher level Ranger. Give me wisdom, please. More haggle. Oh, I don't need more haggle. I guess I can put more haggle and use magic device, and then I can put something else. I don't need jump because I can cast the spell. Actually, you know what? I do want a little bit of jump because I don't have any. I have a tower shield, so I want a little bit of jump. So that'll help me out a bit, even though I can have +30 jump from my spell. So now my character can finally get back close wounds. Now my healing is perfect. I can now heal perfectly. I will always be able to be at full health the entire time I play this game now, because I can quicken and maximize my heal, so I can do this. Look at my spell points. Basically cost nothing. This is the bread and butter of this character, and this is one of the reasons why you do this. Now the downside is this number is not going to go up until I get higher cash levels, and I only get higher cash levels later in the game. So it's basically like I drink a potion every single time I press the R key, but it's way faster. So that's kind of one of the huge impacts here. I can also get spell critical, which will be handy. So that's what I'm going to be doing. My character is going to be grabbing spell critical here, and then I'm going to be moving into Angel of Vengeance to pick up more spell critical. Because the extra spell critical will increase my damage dramatically. However, I also need to go into Dark Hunter sooner rather than later, because Dark Hunter has Lupine Instincts, which gives you a massive increase to your search and disable device, which I will need in my solo guided playthrough. So I'm probably going to have to spend my point on Underdark Stalker, to be honest. It gives me 5 hit points and +1 reflex saves, both things that I can definitely use. And I'll probably grab Awareness soon for the Listen, Search, and Spot, and then have to move up this way. Abilities that are useless, I do not need this ability here, Smoke Trap, because I don't need to remove enemy sneak attack immunity. However, Underdark Armor is great. I am wearing medium armor, so it gives me extra armor class, and I take 50% less damage from traps. So even if you're playing this character, and you will have enough spot to see everything. So you're never going to get blindsided by a trap. But let's just say you're playing blindfolded DDO, and you're trying to use only sound cues to work around. This will allow you to not take damage from traps. So very, very good. There's also, so I'll be able to pick this up. I don't need improved traps. There's a lot of stuff that's not good here. Picking up the extra physical resistance rating is not bad. You can get wisdom here. You can pick up use magic device. You can get action boost sprint or skills. Both of them are good. I will probably be taking skills here because I will likely need it with before I get Lupine Instincts. I think action boost skills will be very handy in the short term, especially considering right now I'm rocking a +5 disable device item at level 8 and a +6 search at level 8. Although +6 search is not that bad. There's worse items to have. Okay, con 3, no. I'm just going to check some items that I picked up. Sell them off at the old vendor. Examining items is like one of those tedious things that you kind of have to do, but you never really want to do. Now, I'm going to sell out my Thieves' Tools because I'm going to be replacing them real quick with some +2s, and then soon +4s once I do a few more free agent quests. Fortunately, there's a reasonable amount of free agent quests, like, all over the place. So, under free agents, where are we? I got the rest of Three Burial Cove, the Troglodytes Get, and other things that I can do. Old Grey Garl, Troglodytes Get, as well as, I think, the Scoundrels Run also counts. Maybe it doesn't. Oh, no, it doesn't count. I think I missed quite a few of them, actually. So it looks like I'm going to have to do some desert quests to get my +4s. Okay, I thought Scoundrels Run counted, but it doesn't. So it looks like I can do Hiding in Plain Sight, so that will be good. Oh, is Scoundrels Run on there? Is it? It probably is. Scoundrels Run, free agents. Oh, it is. It's because I already had it. I was looking at the non-highlighted numbers. Okay, so I'm going to grab some +2 free agent Thieves Tools. So now my character gains a +4 bonus on open lock and disable device, which is really essential. Because again, I don't really have a lot of bonuses there to speak of. I'm going to reacquire my House P buffs, and then I'm going to head out to finish off that favor. On top of that, I'm going to be working on House Deneath favor. The reason I want House Deneath favor is because this allows me to get bonus +2 search from the favor bonus from the house. Handing in any of these things gives you a bonus. So Coin Lords gives you a backpack at 75 and the opportunity to make a second backpack at 150. At 400, it actually gives you a bonus to all your social skills because you go to the Coin Lord social training school and you get +2 your diplomacy or intimidate and all that. So the each faction has bonuses they give you when you do the favor, so it's actually pretty worth it. You can get a total of +4 search, 2 of them from Moorgrave University, which I will be getting, and 2 of them from House Deneath, which I will also be getting. Unfortunately, there's no disable device anywhere, which is another reason why I want to upgrade the Thieves' Tools sooner rather than later. Now, there's one last thing I'm going to do, and it's something I recommend all of you do if you're playing by yourself. Once you get to level 8, you can buy a whole new set of hirelings, and there's no better hireling in the game than Nimeth Celebel. Some people might not know this, but the hirelings are actually very different from one another based on their description. You could read the description because it's in the text of the actual object that's in your backpack, the contract. The contract will tell you directly what the hireling does and what their AI is programmed to do. Again, some people might not be aware of this, but this is actually something that's in the game. So as an example, if I find the character for Fergus, it says, normally found in the thick of battle, Fergus has a good disposition and a kind heart, and he has cure critical wounds, summon monster, dispel magic, and restoration. A lot of healing abilities. Same thing with Samuel Merrick. He's a fervent follower of the Sovereign Host, seeking to help those in the greatest of need. These people sound like people who will help you on your adventure, because they're trying to heal you and keep you alive. Nimeth Celebel says, arrogant even towards her allies at times, Nimeth is nevertheless a potent spellcasting threat. Notice that it didn't talk about helping or healing in that sentence. That's why you want Nimeth. She kills everybody with holy magic. Another contrasting example would be at the higher level, level 12, you can get Miranda Kelvin, while Miranda is an experienced combat healer, she is not known for her bravery. She's all about healing and not fighting in the thick of things. Versus Tanya Brightstone, Tanya seems a bit fond of destruction for a holy servant, but she claims she merely enjoys bringing the god's wrath upon her foes. Because she doesn't heal you, and she's not going to. She's going to kill everyone in a Tri-City area, though. And that's one of the reasons why you want to pay attention to what your hirelings do. So if you're ever unsure and you're like, man, why does this hireling heal me? I bought Nimeth and she didn't do anything. That's because that's not her job. Her job is to murder people. So you have to make sure you read them before you do it. How is the acid damage RNG mod called, chat? Corrosive? Are you looking for spell power? Oh, thank you for the favor reward page. Yeah, so you can find it on the wiki. You can see how to earn the favor. It explains how it works. The wiki is great, by the way. If you ever need anything, you can just click on an article and just read through it, and you'll totally understand how something works. Here's a chart based on all the different bonuses you can get. So Agents of Arganesson, 10 hit points at 500 favor, 150 favor. That's amazing. Coin Lord, Diplomacy and Intimidate, amazing. House Deneath, 5 HP. I'll take 5 HP. Free agent repairs with lower chance of permanent damage. That's actually not helpful anymore. Gatekeepers, 5 more HP. Harpers, 5 more HP. Jarasco, 5 more HP. Look at all this HP. That's crazy. Is there a thing with if you have everything? Oh, it has a favor by faction? Nah, there isn't something that's like total amount of... it might be on here. I'm just like going too quick. But yeah, so there's like all these... It tells you the information, and I highly recommend you take the time, if you're not sure, to just give it a quick scan. You know what I mean? I haven't introduced legendary items in my game before. Have you done it before? I'm currently playing 5e, so stuff like plus 3 weapons and armor, deck, many things. So when do I introduce such items? Okay, so 5th edition is balanced by a thread. So what I mean by that is it's very delicate. So if you increase the power level of your campaign by adding an item like that, you have to be very sure that that's something you want to do, because you can't undo that, right? You can't put the genie back in the bottle. Once you give it to the player, you can't undo it. The whole point of the game is that everyone should be around the same hit chance basically all of the time. So if you give somebody a +3, that 5% might not, over the +2, that 5% might not seem like a very big deal, but suddenly your players are going to be hitting that much more often and doing that much more damage every single time. So when should you do it? As long as you are comfortable with the idea of either A, needing to introduce more of those items so that you don't have one player who has them who feels like it's the only person, and B, also you're ready for the consequences, then you can go ahead. But yeah, it's very small variance. So unlike a game like 5th edition, or sorry, 3.5, where it is, expected for a wizard to be able to hit, 26 to 30 intelligence to be able to cast their spells by the time they hit the level 15 and 20, a character having a 20 intelligence in 5th edition is like not common at all. So yeah, so you just need to be like careful about exactly when you want to implement those types of things. So I know that didn't help, obviously, with your question of when should I do that. But my answer is, if you do decide to do that, you should do it carefully.
The sound of dripping water surrounds you, and a faint, musky odor hangs in the air.
I hope that is not that annoying, but it is my best answer. Or you do it right before the end of your campaign, so they get this cool thing, and then it's over. Because, like, a lot of monsters in 5... Like, the game is very heavily balanced around the idea that it's a 50-50. Right? The game wants it so that you succeed on an 11 and you fail on a 10 in as many cases as possible. That's what the game is designed for, and that's what the game thrives in. Throwing off that balance, it becomes much more challenging. Take this from somebody who didn't know the balance of 5e before I gave my players items. So, like, as an example, inadvertently, due to the decisions I made in the past, one of my players has a +9 weapon, which was not the smartest decision I ever made, but the problem is I already did it. So I can't undo it. Uh-huh, yeah.
This huge echoing vault was once the hideout of Garl.
Well, I can undo it. It would just be very dissatisfying for everyone involved. It's dissatisfying for me because it means that I created something that's imperfect. And then it's dissatisfying to the players because I didn't even fight this monster pack. Nimeth killed everything. Good job, Nimeth. Did I buy Ranger spell components? No, I didn't. Okay. I need to get movement speed, so I'm gonna town after this. Immune to oozes? Correct. So the reason why this player has a +9 weapon, it's actually not a big deal, which is the funniest part. It's very not impactful. Is because the way the weapon works is that the weapon's plus bonus is based on your highest level spell that you have available to cast. So because my players are level 18 right now, the cleric has, I think, 2 level 9 spells that he can cast each day. And so if he just banks 1 level 9 spell, he has a +9 weapon the entire time. Now, granted, that means not casting level 9 spells, but then it's a +9 weapon. But also, it's the cleric, so I don't really care. Because the person who has it is the cleric of life. And it doesn't bother me that the life domain cleric has the ability to do this, because he doesn't do as much damage as everybody else. He only gets to hit once. So it's not a big deal. It's like, oh, he hit for 20 damage, and it's like, sick. But like, the fighter hits 4 times in 1 turn. Who cares? And my bigger problem that I have with his character is I didn't know much about life domain. Apparently at level 17, life domain clerics in 5th edition get an ability that says all numerical values of all healing spells you cast are counted as their maximum all the time. So life clerics get maximized on all healing spells all the time. Which is really crazy. I didn't know that was in the game, so, well, you know. Learned that lesson. Because he's like, hey guys, I'm casting Cure Mass. And I'm like, okay, sure. And he's like, cool. I'm casting Cure Mass at 9th level, so everybody gets 78 hit points. And I'm like, what the fuck did you, what? Oh, wait, what? Don't you have to roll? He's like, nah, I don't have to. It's very cool. Okay, so in this room, if you go into the room, you die. So the trick is, because there's all the warlocks and they hold you, and when you get held, you instantly die. So you just range them. You don't have to deal with the instant death.
Here, in this sea-flooded cave, the last of the
But yeah.
eggs.
And anyway, my game that I have in pen and paper is also like a little bit, it's definitely going to be a little bit off from your regular pen and paper campaign. So I don't want people to use like me as an example as to how pen and paper campaigns should be run. Because my game, the numbers are a little bit higher in general than your regular campaign. So like for reference, the fighter has 370 hit points, which is a lot. But his armor class sucks. So I'm just going to go buy spell components because I forgot, and then pick up the spell Long Strider so I can move faster. Then I'm no longer reliant on these stupid expeditious boots. You as well, you can throw beefier stuff at them. Yeah, it can be exhausting though, because the balance has to be really careful, because the fighter has 370 hit points. I can't just throw monsters that can do 60 damage a turn at them. I do that. But if I hit the wrong person, then that person takes their entire health bar in 1 turn. And then that feels a little less fair. So I gotta be careful about that. I mean, like I said, I still definitely do that. So for example, I was talking about this before. But I posted in Discord, I made the Dream Scourges from Dungeons & Dragons Online from the Quorai stuff. The Dream Scourges are monsters that they just shift between the 3 elements, so fire, acid, and cold. They heal from the damage type that they are, so if you hit them a fire one with fire, it heals for fire, and it's weak to the opposite damage type. And they just attack you with ranged attacks and float around and go incorporeal. So I put those into the game, and I made them rollable tokens, so every turn I just use the roll function, and they change their type at the beginning of every turn. I also added Radiant, because I thought it would be fun. So you have fire that's beaten by cold, cold that's beaten by fire, acid that's beaten by lightning, and Radiant that's beaten by necrotic. But they are currently, the way they attack, I had them set so that you need to use special magic to be able to damage them, or else they have resistance to pretty much everything. They have, 230 hit points each. They're plus 18 to hit, and they do, I think, 3d10s plus 10 damage per hit. of the elemental type that they do, and they get to attack twice per turn. And I threw like 6 of them at them. And I got smoked! I lost by a mile! And I was like, oh god. Apparently everybody got crazy abilities like level 18. So is this a bear build? No, no, no. This is the solo guided caster ranger. Way better than a bear build. Yeah, it was a bit, but that was a bit of a shocker. I threw these crazy monsters that would kill. One of my monsters would kill every single player in one of like a normal person's campaigns. But I just, again, I did the thing where I let the genie out of the bottle and I can't put it back in.
From behind the falls, so strong that the water makes your feet numb.
Anyway, so my solution to this problem, like most things, when I was in sales, okay, I remember one time, you know, we were having a bad year, and I didn't know what to do. And my sales manager told me, he said, hey, listen, sell through it. You know what? And I realized that they're right. Volume. Volume is always the key. You know what? My monsters can be killed quickly and easily. But how many of them can you put in a room before they stop being killed quickly and easily? That's the great question. Holy smokes, it's smoky? Oh, I gotcha, I gotcha. No, it's from the inability to breathe oxygen outside. Any broken artifacts on 12 in current campaign and give it back later? Here's how we'll go. Maybe they don't want to. Yeah, you see that low at sub-level 4? Yeah. Like I said, the game, the 5th edition campaign that I'm currently running, the numbers are a little broken down. Like, the expectation is, like, you know, if you're playing a fighter, you're going to cap out armor class at, like, 21 to 22. Because you get, like, a +2 full plate, which is 20. And then you have, like... You have no dex, but you maybe have, like... I don't know, like a feat that gives you, like, +1 armor class or something. So you're at, like, 21. And that's, like, an amazing... Or, like, maybe you have a shield for, like, 23. And that's, like, an amazing armor class. Whereas the ranger has, like, a 30... And the cleric has like a 34. At least the fighter still has like literally a 21 armor class. It's very handy. Just get to hit him. Whenever I feel upset, I just hit the fighter. And I get to feel like I'm doing something.
The stone here is clawed and torn and smells of spices and rock.
That, or you just hit him with things that are like, okay, time for a constitution save. Solutions have a bad year, yeah. That also happens. Oh man, you gotta sell through it. Sell through it. I've shown you guys some of like the stuff I put together. Some of the different things. I don't think I've shown off my most recent set of gear and things that I put together, which I think are really fun and cool. Used to I still hate it? Yeah. By the way, Rock, in the new campaign that I'm going to be running, expect, again, it's going to be, the numbers are going to be a little bit more 3-5 than 5e. Just a little bit. Yo, what's up, Sid? How you doing? Damn it, Wizard using charisma saves? Why Ranger over Fighter or Paladin? Because I wanted to be able to disable traps, and I already had the build written. And I'd like to call myself pragmatic, but the answer is I'm really just lazy. It's a combination, you know. Okay, so in this room, the only dangerous monster is already dead. It's the skeleton. Blackbone caster. The Blackbone mages are very dangerous. Yes, search. You're fine. It's investigation and perception. I don't think that there's a way to have a search in 5. It's just investigation. So it would be like, yeah, you make an investigation. Which is based off of intelligence. And also the character that you have set up is, I don't think has the ability to be proficient in in investigation. Oh, for sure, for sure. For sure. I meant like it's just slightly different than 3-5. Pile of tater tots? Great idea. Tater tots.
dissolves like a
I
pestilence.
still have some tater tots in the fridge.
The cold suffusing the air begins to fade.
I still can't believe I haven't found like an impulse item yet. It's level 2. I mean, I guess it's fine, but it's not ideal.
Our cave extends deep into the
Take
rock
the search
behind
action.
this rock.
I climb the rock. Okay, you climb. All right, now I take the search action. Cue the music. Ah, the old tile countertop. Beautiful. Sorry, I just looked at a picture of a beautiful tiled countertop. It reminds me of my last apartment.
Luck ran out.
Actually, I just realized I think I have both the people that I'm supposed to be going out to catch Pokemon with tomorrow in the chat right now. I'm free the entire day. When do you guys want to go? Assuming that no one dies to smoke inhalation.
This mine has not been worked since the pirates first
This is just easiest for me because I can just ask the people who are here.
serves to
It
separate
just saves me so much time.
strange pedestal sits in the middle of this room. This must be where you will piece together the idol.
Because I'm totally down for late morning / early afternoon. Both are fine. I just need to catch Nihilego, this spicy jellyfish. Oh, I could probably, like, actually coordinate this, but I'm lazy and I don't want to. Yep, after... So pick a time after 10? Cool. Whenever need your help to add character to guild, though? Yeah. Well, I told... yesterday I asked you, I was like, hey, it's like, do you want me to just do it right now? Because I'm at the computer, and you were like... And you never responded. I assume you just, like, had something to do or, like, turned off the stream or something. But yes. Just hit me up anytime today, and we'll do it at the same time. Yeah, anytime after 10. Okay, cool. Let's just go with a solid 11. That sounds good. 11 o'clock, catching giant space jellyfish.
Idol of Halak's legs are nearby.
Actually, I don't know if it's giant. No idea. I have to listen to your streams. That's okay. I never listen to most words that come out of my mouth. Oh, if you don't know what I'm doing in this quest, so this quest is a full treasure hunt. I guess I am technically recording this video series for YouTube. This quest is a big treasure hunt. I'm going to show you the most efficient route to get through it and get all the treasure pieces. It's cute and you want it? It is very cute. Like I said, I like the fact that it looks like it's wearing like a little hat as it dances around, and also the fact that it has like stars all over it. It kind of reminds me of like a baby blanket, sort of, is like kind of what it looks like.
Over the edge,
I just got like white with like the blue stars.
the idol of Halak's tail is the second.
Yeah, it's also not technically a Pokemon. It's an Ultra Beast. Inside in the smoke, yeah. Well, I'm just gonna wear the hazmat suit or something. I don't know, anti-smoke suit. Generic sets level 20. Said I have some 21 items for Borderlands and they're really good. Yeah, the trick is just be level 21 and not level 20. It saves you a lot of time. God, I gotta explain what I do more often. Okay, so this puzzle, when you solve it, goes down around this corner and opens up the door under there, so you have to jump down and then climb back up to continue going. I really gotta do better at describing what I'm doing. We'll get it done later. Theo's prepping, because Nihilego is not only the best poison Pokemon in the game, it's also poison rock, which means it's devastatingly weak to ground types. And so I have my Mega Swampert powered up as high as I can get it. Oh, that sucks. And that's with Heroism, and this is why I want those +4 Thieves tools. Whew. And then I also powered up all my Garchomps as well. So all my Garchomps are 3,600 or higher, and then my Swampert should be around 44. So I'm feeling pretty cozy about this. Playing it in post? I'm not doing that. All right, so for this section, how do you get through it? It's Infinity Traps. The trick is, you're a Dark Hunter. Just run around. Oh, 20 damage. Oh no, I'm taking damage. I failed my save. Just mash the R key or whatever your close wounds button key is as you run and jump through this thing. As long as you have the jump spell, a shield on, and access to resist energy fire, you're going to be okay.
has been located.
Until Poipole is added? What the heck is Poipole? Poipole. Pokemon. What's this? Oh, Poipole. Yeah, that Ultra Beast. Is that one even better? I feel like there's some really crazy poison Pokemon in the newest game. This one is blue, upside down wheelchair. This one is green. It's the lightning bolt. This one is purple. It's the N. Set it to N. And this one, I call this one the squiggly lines. People don't call it that. People call it other things. Someone threatened to murder me because they called it something different. You know what? You're wrong and I'm right. Come at me. Purple is genius. It's a Poipole. Hilarious. There you go. We're all set. Those kinds of cleric and heavy armor. Tower shield, resist 540, resist internet, boom, headshot, rip baby. Yeah. That's why you gotta be the Dark Hunter, because the Dark Hunter, I don't have it yet, gets half trap damage. Man, it's gonna be amazing. I'm gonna show you guys how crazy that effect is once I get it. I'm just gonna do some like really disgusting stuff and stand in some traps. I'll probably at that point just stop disabling traps and just show them off as I walk around and be like, this is trap, this is where the box is, and then just walk away. Did I not get the key from the chest? Can I pick the lock? Yes, I can. Okay. So you're supposed to pick up a key from the chest that's upstairs. I don't know how I didn't. I must not have looted it. By accident. Anyway, you walk back here. A lot of people will pull this valve. I used to do that too. It's actually a trap. The valve is a waste of time. What you do is you're supposed to get the key out of this chest that somehow I didn't loot, which is unfortunate because I need more treasure. Also have all the pieces of the Idol of Halach. I opened the chest. This has the key. Oh, I didn't loot it. There we go. This is the key you need to open that door. So you don't have to lockpick it. You can do this without any trapping skills. Anyway, then you come back up. You come back here. You take a left. If you have Dimension Door, you can just Dimension Door back to the beginning, but I don't. So instead, you come down here, you drop down, and whoa-bango, you're back at the beginning. Amazing. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that neat? And that's the entirety of Three Barrel Cove completed. And now I have enough free agent favor to buy +4 Thieves Tools, which I'm just going to go do right now. Now, Thieves Tools are worth basically no gold, so I'm going to just delete them from my inventory so I don't have to worry about like having extras or the game accidentally using the wrong ones. Both things I don't want to be the case. So I'm just going to delete both of these so I don't have to worry about that. And I'm going to head over into House Deneath so I can start picking up some House Deneath favor. Because, as I just talked about before, I really want to get that extra +2 bonus to search for House Deneath favor. It's quite valuable and good for this character for the level up process because my search isn't amazing. If I did start this character as like an elf, drow elf, wood elf, something like that, you get the bonus +2 on search and spot, which is nice, and you can take even more right away out of the tree. However, I'm not doing that, so I'm not going to. Also, I went to go to the harbor to buy Thieves Tools, so that was stupid of me. Anyway, let's go to Three Barrel Cove. Okay, bye-bye. Enjoy your break, or your work, or whatever. Back to the harbor and we'll buy things. Symbols are Flying Spaghetti Monster, H, Ghost, Candle, Backwards, F, and E. Yeah, tomorrow at 11, that's the plan. This is the plan. Yeah. I keep going the wrong way. Sorry, I got distracted. I'm like thinking about stuff. You ever do that thing where you're thinking about other things and you forget who and where you are? I do that all the time. Here we go. And now I can talk to Sorval Smythe and pick up +4 toolkits, which is amazing. Which gives me a +6 on my disabled device and open lock, which I will absolutely need because I'm only +23 right now, which is not really enough, but it's good enough. Anyways, I need to do House D favors. I'm going to do 2 trap-filled quests that are very dangerous and show you guys how to overcome them with the rogue. +3 repair kits? Oh, I forgot them already. Don't you worry, Matus. I'm on it. I've already forgotten. I also like that the Ascendancy looks like the Gigabrain meme. It's very funny. It's happening tomorrow at 11. Wouldn't you like to know? Jellyfish hunting. You ever hunt a jellyfish horse? Oh, what am I saying? The natural predator of the jellyfish is a horse. You know that scene in the Lord of the Rings when Aragorn and Legolas and stuff, they need to like feed their horses to go to the ocean, and the horses dive gracefully into the water and start munching jellyfish? So yeah, they're experts. All right, so the Bounty Hunter is a horrid quest filled with a billion traps. I'm going to show you how to deal with them. Or I'm going to die. One of those two things is going to happen. But this quest has a lot of traps, so I'm just going to be a little mindful. I hear like a raid event? Yeah, I'm just going to be raiding with my friends. Catching jellyfish. Okay.
This cavern is very cool.
So there's monsters stealth everywhere, all over this place. And a lot of them can be dangerous. There's casters, there's barbarian shaman behind me. There's all sorts of stuff, so you gotta be really careful about the monsters because of how many there are and how stealth they are. Especially since, again, they're all a lot of them are casters as well. Like the Warforged Barbarian Shaman. I wish I could make a Barbarian Shaman, but that's not an option. There's a trap here. It's just a spike trap. The box is on the other side, but it's pretty avoidable. So you just kind of like wait and then go. Like with a lot of traps in this. A lot of traps in this game is you walk up, wait, and then go. Also, there's a wolf on me, and it is very dangerous. Okay, priest, I'm out of here. And then I'm on the other side of this. I can now disable this. So we're all set. Okay, so if you are doing this quest, there's several areas to go. One of those areas is up. This area up here is a death trap and optional. You know what? It's hardcore. Let's show off how to do it. What you want to do is disable all of the traps. And there's so many of them. So I want to be continually searching and moving up so I don't accidentally walk into one. Because I even succeeded on a 1. That's nice. There's so many. So if you're somebody who, again, this is entirely optional. You do not have to do what I'm doing. I'm just doing it because I'm already here. And why not? Show off how to do this quest with all the traps. Hello, search, please. There we go. There's like a bit of lag going on. Floor spikers cannot hurt you when they are up or down, only when they emerge. That is correct. And now that I'm at the top, I don't remember what's in here. It's been so long since I've done this quest, I probably haven't climbed this since I was like 16. It's probably been like 14 years since I've gone down this hallway, so I actually don't know what's in here. This is cool. Solo guided playthrough. Do quests you're not familiar with and throw yourself into the abyss. I really like in the older quests how they would mix up the monsters. You know what I mean? I think that's fucking cool. Warforged Fighter Wizard, Warforged Barbarian Shaman, Elf Fighter Wizard, Halfling Shaman. I think that's really cool. Nowadays, you just go in and it's all the same monster every time. Oh, it's 30,000 hobgoblins. Oh, it's 70,000, evil cultists. And look at these guys up on these ledges. You just don't get quest design like this in modern DDO. It's unfortunate. But like these guys are just shooting down at you. And look, there's a dwarf. That's great. A key. Ho ho ho, you can't sneak anything past me, video game developers. I know there's a secret down here. I don't know where. I know there is. Maybe there isn't. Oh? Ho ho ho! Very devilish, Seymour.
You emerge in a grotto.
There's the real chest.
Surrounded by fountains and statues.
Oh! Whoa! And it's trapped. So that's trapped. Don't walk in that. So anyway, this is why we have a tower shield equipped. And energy resistance. And this is why it's important to have your shields equipped, ladies and gentlemen. 25 magic resistance rating? Mwah. You did warn me? Yeah, but I wasn't reading chat. I was busy experiencing things. Okay, I was living in the moment instead of spending time reading books on the computer. Anyway, we're going to get more random chests I don't need to find because I feel like it. Oh, this is the actual way you're supposed to go. Okay, so in this section, all the traps are up here, and all the boxes are below. So you have to go to basically each one of these little pedestals, disable a trap, and then move forward and do it again and again and again. It's a lot of, this room takes a lot of time. Alternatively, you can just book it to the other end, both of which are interesting options and work fairly well. But for intents and purposes, I'm going to show you how to disable all these traps. Also, one of these traps is a force trap, which is non-resistible, so you got to be careful about that. Okay, so because I succeed on a 3, it means I can't critically fail, which is fine. Which means I have to try again. Get this, get my buffs going. Is there another one down here? There is. Beautiful. We keep going. So is this anywhere is probably the player's preferred playstyle running through. Things happening since the beginning. Oh, well, I think it's partially it's two things. I think it's one, the type of content design has just changed over time to accommodate, you know, the type of game that Dungeons & Dragons Online currently is. So yeah, I think it's correct. People play big run-through quest destroy monsters sort of thing as opposed to anything else. I just think it's just sad that we don't get quests that are more creative in their design. That being said, it's not like we get bad quests. The quest, like, content has always been elevated. This quest has not a lot going on. Like, the rooms themselves are interesting, but the actual quest is not interesting. Whereas in later quests, the quest itself is more interesting, as in there's more ideas, the writing is better, there's cooler visuals and other things, but the areas are less interesting. I think, you know, this early DDO is a very good example of, you know, less is more, or do more with less, whereas the modern DDO is like do less with more. That's not entirely it. Do a good amount with more. Got him. Oh, my coffee died. I'm gonna go back to coffee 1 that I was drinking before. More coffee. Kill the wolf. And then we release Annalisa. You're free to go. Thank you. And then I get to go with my key and finish this off. Wait, is Poipole really the best poison Pokemon? It doesn't evolve, though. Oh, it evolves into Nagandel. It's Nagandel. I'm looking up Pokemon now. Oh, that's a good Pokemon. Never mind. Alright, so now we can go in here and kill the final boss, which is right here. Drog Blackhand. And that's it. That's the Bounty Hunter. Should you do the Bounty Hunter? Not really. The quest is kind of long. The XP is very bad. But, like, it's kind of cool. There is an optional chest in here. I don't think I have the key. Oh, I do have the key.
The treasure vault is sparse and contains few items.
And there's a chest. I also like that there's, like, stolen art in this room. Like, I don't know. There's something about it. Just the charm that you go into this, like, ramshackle vault. It's very dimly lit because there's only a couple... There's, like, 2 light sources in the room from these lamps. There's stolen art. It feels like a cubby or hideout. There's, like, something covered in, like, a bunch of cloths here. Maybe that's my nostalgia talking. Which I would say maybe, but yeah, it's definitely the nostalgia talking. Okay. I'm going to see if I can buy some later on when I hit level 9. See if we get another item on the auction house. Faint red lipstick on the Minotaur painting. I mean, why not? Hey, man, that's one good-looking Minotaur. Okay, so I'm going to go do Grey Moon. Because Grey Moon has lots of traps, and I think a lot of people don't know how to deal with the traps. So I'm going to show you how to deal with the traps quickly and effectively. I should be able to get all 4 pieces of the quest done in the next 20 minutes and not lose my house P buffs. So that way you can see how to get it done and not get lost. Then I have to do Immortality Lesson to get the treasure. Because I guess I'm collecting all the treasure at this point. And then go from there. This character will have an interesting pit solo experience. Let's just say that. It's going to be a tougher one. Also need to make sure I get better saves. Because my saves are not too bad. 17 or 19, 17, 23 when I'm actually in quest and buffed, but yeah. Get a Fey weapon? What Fey weapon? Which one? For the pit? Oh! Because the avatar of Dwiblex is immune, isn't it? It's immune to force damage, I think. That'll be a problem. Well, I will come up with a solution to that problem. Maybe I will just do the pit and then not kill the avatar of Dwiblex, because I can't kill it. That's a perfectly acceptable answer. Thank you, Nimeth. I could also go get a level 8 melee hireling and just have it beat up the thing. Doesn't have any HP, yeah, but I don't do any damage. I don't have a... I'd have to farm for a while to get a Feywild weapon. We'll see. Okay, so how do you do this hallway? So the ogres are immune and don't take any damage from the traps, so you can't just lure them into the traps. So what you do instead is you tell your hireling to stop moving, and then you can either jump over it and take a huge risk, or you can time it. Those are your two options. Fortunately for me, I made my saves, so I didn't really take a whole lot of damage when I went through, but it can hit fairly hard. Also, I can slay Flame Fang. Fun fact, Flame Fang is one of a few monsters in DDO that has its name repeated. This could be the same Hellhound that is featured in the quest Servants of the Overlord, or a different Hellhound. It's not entirely clear, but there are two Hellhounds named Flame Fang in this game. Solo life? Yes, it is. Solo guided playthrough. Step 1.
The lift here leads down to a long abandoned mine. It is now home to ogres.
Yeah, it's entirely solo. No help from anyone other than my hirelings. Yeah, to finish, I read that. Yeah, don't worry.
In the hollow to the north waits Ruku, elder of the great.
The character's name is Solo Guided Caster Ranger. The title of the stream also has that in it, I think. But this is the reason why when people say, hey, Strimtom, what happened to your overlay, dude? You used to have an overlay where you would tell me what your character was. And, like, the title of the live stream is Solo Guided Dark Hunter, and people come in and ask me, and this is not just specific to you, Fup and Kiwi, but you're not, like, the only person to be like, oh, is this Solo? So, like, that's why I'm not going to put in the effort to get the overlay back, because, like, I'm not convinced it works for anyone. Maybe it does. But I'm not really convinced. It worked for you. You liked it? Yeah. Did Randogen die? No, Randogen succeeded. I smashed the game under my feet, dude. It was awesome. Oh, that guy crit me for 27 damage. I don't think I have to do this room. Oh, well, I like killing ogres. Killing ogres is fun. I got a +9 ogre slaying knife. I got an ogre slaying knife. It's got a +9 against ogres. See all these guys coming at me? Just gonna hit him with the old greater color spray, and boom. Roasted. Everyone dies. Oh. That guy died. Perfect. Then as I said, you can take your time, or you can do what I do, is just be risky. I would recommend you take your time and just be patient. You can just wait in the middle, let it stop, and then one across the other side. If you live in Europe, do one stage at a time, because your ping is going to make it so that your timing's going to be off. Europeans got to know how to handle traps, okay? You gotta be a little bit more gentle, handled with a little bit different level of care. Get them out of here.
This door stands open.
And then always, because closed wounds is so inexpensive, just use it to top yourself up. You never want to be anywhere other than full HP. Always be at top HP. Stay far away, yell at a trapper to fix it. Well, this is the solo guided trapping playthrough. Now, down here is a bunch of rust monsters. Now, rust monsters can be very scary if you're a warforged, so you have to avoid these. As somebody who doesn't even swing weapons, they're a complete joke. And I just got physical magical sheltering boots of spell sight. Cool. It's way better than feather falling. I'm gonna take that. Thank you. The spell sight is great because it's more force spell power, so I'm up to force 91. And physical magical sheltering, so I take less damage now. Very cool. Thanks, game. This is Dark Hunter with the tower shield. The Dark Hunter that I'm playing currently is using a tower shield, yes.
From the machinery in this chamber, you hear shuffling from the ledges above.
Yeah. Do I have to kill all these ogres? I don't think you have to kill all of them. I think you just have to kill the one before the final door. I think it's just the one up here that drops the key. Also, F. Sunku was slain by a trap at level 11. Rip. This is why you gotta play Dark Hunter, everybody. Don't have to worry about being slain by a trap.
The key hits the
Yeah, it's just this guy who drops the key.
brutish laughter comes from beyond the locked door.
And then what you can do if you like being aggressive is just run all the way up to the final boss room and go kill Grust the Usurper, as all the monsters will come pouring out of the side rooms trying to kill you.
The reek of rotten
I believe it's called Groost,
to the floor.
but I'm gonna call him Grust.
Trolls are dead, but their
And the trolls are dealt with.
Bruku must
Also, this guy's just lost. He isn't even trying to hurt me. Get him, Nimith. Show off the free Kajest. What free chest? Oh, did I miss a treasure chest in here? I don't know what a Savardi knife is, but I am using Fadark Illusionist.
The lift here leads down to a long
So this is Fadark Illusionist right here, and it is Shadow Blade as well as Fan of Shadow Blades. That's how this character can be a caster. Ooh, I already left the quest.
by the wretched
Well,
smell.
maybe some other time.
Ogres must have recently dined on the flesh of fallen adventurers.
Alrighty, so I'm going to talk to
To the north,
Bruku like a million times and go do the other two parts of the quest, which are on this side. Now, when I generally do this area, I'll actually usually do every single explorer along the way because the XP is really good. Because you can pick up, like, boom, location here, boom, location here, and you can start picking up a whole bunch of locations just on your walk over to the adventure. In my opinion, I actually think Sorodusk Isle is worth it on the XP. The only downside to Sorod, even with the travel time, because of the nature of how many... because of the nature of like how many explorers and stuff you get along the way. The downside of Sorodusk Isle is just that because the level range is 6, 6, 7, 7, 8, 8, 9, 9, 10, 10, it's just sucky to actually play. You know? Like, it just sucks to do.
you have come to the den of the Grey Moon tribe.
Use Throat Dagger from Harper. Interesting idea. I'm not going to do that, but I do think your idea is interesting. So in this quest, you actually have to kill every single troll, and the first troll is right here. You don't have to kill all the ogres, but you have to kill all the trolls. Also, the doors, oddly enough, will close on their own in this quest. I have no idea why. They just do. Die, please. There's also a fun room in here, which I don't really understand this room.
You hear heavy breathing.
Oh, good. Black Sun Ogre champ.
Ogre collaborate.
But this room right here sometimes has a giant in it as an optional. And, like, I guess this door is bigger. Now it just oozes. The lighting really screwed with that ooze. Look at the lighting. I don't even know how they got a giant in this cave. I mean, I guess the ogres are giants, but, you know, whatever. It's fine. Anyway, there's trolls in here, so you gotta come through this door. Don't want to miss no trolls, because you miss one, you have to reset the whole quest. That is not ideal. Gotcha. Now, up here is actually a treasure chest I used to get all the time. All the time. Now, actually, I need those expeditious boots again. Because I'm going to need to cast Expeditious Retreat for the next section. This next section, you need a little bit of movement speed. A Potion of Haste will get the job done. If you don't have access to a Potion of Haste, then, as I said, you're going to want to get like something to increase your move speed. Expeditious Retreat is also good for this purpose, so you want to be paying a little bit of attention. But there's a bunch of really dangerous traps in this quest that you want to avoid. I'm going to show you how to avoid it. But first, there's this room. I remember when the game first released, I used to do this quest every time. I would come in here, because you have to come in here twice. There's a treasure chest that's trapped. And this is one of my favorites, because it's one of the few areas in the game where the trap box is just on a crate. That's so wacky to me. It's just on a crate. That's just where it is. Anyway, you can also pick up the chest by just looting it from behind, and you don't get hit by the spikes anyway. But I used to always disable that trap, because I always thought it was funny. How to open a door. Finished instructional video from 1979. Do we need door opening instructional videos? I guess I do. I didn't do it. So. Okay, so this bridge here is literally just death. If you try to cross it, there's like 100,000 force traps that are going to activate and will kill you. However, you need to cross the bridge to be able to finish the quest, because the doors that are upstairs that hold the trolls will not open until you go to the other side. So how do you get there without dying? I am going to show you the secret route. This requires feather falling. If you don't have feather falling, go get it. So if you're like watching along and you're like, ah, you didn't tell me. First, expeditious boots to increase your movement speed. Then put on feather falling, and you're just going to jump from up here onto this ledge here. Whee! Now, you need a minimum of 25% movement speed, the jump spell, and feather falling. If you don't have that, you're going in the drink. There is no way out of this lava. The only way out is to teleport. So, if you're going to attempt this path, make sure you have access to jump and movement speed. So please, if you end up dying, also you can disable the trap like that. If you end up dying because you don't have either of those things, and then you fall in the lava, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not giving you your money back.
The last of Amethyst trolls
That's it.
slain.
Anyway, the other side is easier. Is it? I'll do the other side, but if I fall in the lava and die, I'm banning
South
both of you guys who said it's easier.
to the caves of
Permanently.
the Grey Moon Ogre clan, driven out by trolls.
And if it's not easy, and if it is easier, then you get credit for finding an easier route and helping people. Not sleeping on the roads. Don't sleep on the road. Don't. Wait, what? Don't sleep on the roads. Oh my god. What is this? Spring attack makes it trivial? Yeah, if you have spring attack, you can just like dash across. Anyway, I just wanted to show off some of these like these trap dailies, just because like I know this is not a quest everybody is going to think about doing, but a lot of the other quests at this level range at level 6 don't really have any traps in them, so I'm trying to focus on the more trap-oriented quests. Obviously, you can pick some easier quests or easier chains that don't have traps, and kind of go from there.
The overgrown jungle does its
As a ranger, actually, it's very easy,
in ancient ruins.
because you can just go and pick up dodge, mobility, spring attack right away. Although nowadays you're going to get dodge, mobility, whirlwind attack, and then spring attack later. Is it Promise of Fire level 6? Is it? I guess, but there's no disableable traps in that quest. I mean, I can go do Promise of Fire. I'm not scared, but there's no disableable traps. It's just full of non-disableable traps. But sure, yeah.
Lingers in the air,
You know what? Fuck it. We'll go do Promise of Fire after this.
Didn't kill them all the
Why
first
not?
time.
Good XP is. Yeah, like I said, I like doing it. If they could condense these quests and just make them all, like, level 8. If they could just take the entire Grey Moon chain and just make it level 8, make every single quest level 8, I'd be okay with that. So then it becomes a level 8 quest chain to come out and do. That'd be sick. Because then you have an alternative to, like, Temple of Elemental Evil and stuff. Watch a build you made, Bastard Sword Vanguard, that's still viable? Probably. My solo guided fighter playthrough did that. It was really strong. I wanted to play Warforged with a Bastard Sword and a shield. And it's just great. If I did it on Bard, you have to do it on Big Boy Dork Hunter. Alright. Again, one of my favorite traps in the whole game. It's the trap box on a box. I don't know why that's so funny to me. I just really like the fact that it's placed there. Also, this trap is so easy to avoid. You can open the trap here or the box here and not get hit by traps. So like, yeah. Seen a few people die in Promise of Fire. Yeah, I should be okay, but we'll see. Yeah, there's actually a build guide. Mine's a Warforged because I think Warforged are cool as heck. Yeah. All right, so we have to get across this lava pit a second time. So how exactly are we going to get across it? Well, Twitch chat says it's easier on the right side. I don't believe them for 1 second, so we're going to find out. I have my Featherfall on. I have Featherfall on. Okay, so where are we dropping? Okay, so you're saying I go to this side and I land on this? And I do that? That's not too bad either. You know what? That's not too bad either. Easier? I'd say it's about the same. But maybe I'm just not practiced. So good work. Good work. Good alternative. Ban them anyways? No, I am not. I am just. I am just, okay? I'm not gonna ban somebody for doing something right. That's not true. That's why I banned Nerosoth. Yeah, I don't know. Link? Oh, what is this? I didn't see it. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right. Hold on. Oh no. Okay. We do have to watch this. Oh. Okay. I'm gonna have to finish this quest so I don't run out of time, and then we're gonna watch this as a team. You're right. I did enjoy it. All right, Scorpions. Monarch Scorpions. Double champ Monarch Scorpions. They hit for 30 damage. Myth, live. Ugh. They eat 160 point shots to the dome like a champ. Why am I even here? Myth's doing pretty good. We're trading kills. Also, if you sneak up the back here, it saves you like seconds on climbing the ladder. So, if you didn't know, you could do that as well. And you kill Brother Quasul. I feel no pain. The Fury protects me. Well, that's good. Because I'm inflicting high pain. So it would be so, you know, it makes me feel better about killing this guy. Because he doesn't feel pain. Okay, so now let's go to the Imager link. Okay, so this is somebody painting a wall, and it's great. This is fantastic. It's just great. And why is that spot a different color? I don't get it. This just speaks to me on an emotional level. I love that. Now, given the fact that the person is standing there filming and zoomed in, that's likely very staged. Oh, apparently I didn't walk over here and complete the quest. I must recall that like an idiot, like a rube. So it's like definitely staged, but that's still great.
To the south lies the entrance to the caves of the Grey Moon Ogre clan, driven out.
I used to work in paint and coatings, and I had to check, got a call from somebody because there was a defect in a house. The paint is wrong. The color is wrong. Oh no, I need to investigate. Make the drive into the house. Very, very expensive neighborhood. Like I'm talking super high end, very expensive house. And I walk inside, so I can see why somebody would want to make sure their job is their paint is good. I walk inside, talk to the painter, talk to the homeowner. It's a problem. The paint, it's just the color's totally wrong. So I walk into the room, and there's the room painted, and the wall that is opposite the window is the exact color that they want. But then the wall curves, and on the pillar, the light hits it on this side and it looks perfect, but on the other side, it's a totally different color. It's not the color they paid for. And so there I am being like, okay, so you took this paint and you put it on the wall, and it looks good, but then you put it on the other wall and it doesn't look good. Like, yeah, it's got to be a problem with the paint. So I was like, yeah, bear with me. So I painted something, and then I moved it. They're like, what? I'm like, it's the lighting in the room. And they're like, oh, but I wanted the paint, I wanted the room to be one color. And I was like, well, just flick the light switch. And they flicked the light switch. And now, all the walls are the same color. And then they were like, oh, but I like the natural light. Is there a way we could get a different color so they look the same based on the natural light? And I didn't have enough time. There's not enough time in the universe to explain to this person that the room is going to look different at different times of day. So there is no color that can make the entire room look uniform at all times of the day. It was a good time. Yeah. Anyway, so that was an interesting experience.